In this video, I'm going to be teaching you tips and tricks to make your life in MUCK easier. Of course, as always, before we get into this, if you guys are new around here, make sure you hit that like button, consider subscribing, and let's just hop right into this. So, the first two tips happen before you can even get in the game. These are really important. How you do this is, on the main screen, if you go to settings, on gameplay, there are two settings that you can mess with. Show grass and FOV. Let's look at show grass first. So, the first tip would be to turn this off. I'll show you why in a second. It is overpowered. Grass blocks your view from so many things like rocks, flint, coal, and mushrooms. This is going to make your life so much easier. Turn that off. FOV, how FOV works is it's the distance you can see to the side of you. So I think by default it's on 60. That's not very far. You can double it. You can see twice as far. FOV, it's great. I'll show you. Okay, I'm in. Why is the world purple? So this is what it looks like without grass and with maximum FOV. Everything, you can see the sides really well. Now I'm going to turn it to 60 FOV like it normally is. Look at how much more zoomed in this is. If you see there's a tree on the left, if I bring it to the FOV I had it at a second ago, you can see how much more of the tree you'll be able to see. Look, it's not even on the side of the screen anymore. Now let's look at the grass. So this is what it looks like without grass. I don't know why this map is purple. It just is. Oh crap, there's a bug. You can't turn grass on in game. Gotta go fix that. Okay, I'm back. I had to join a new world because it was being dumb. So this is what it looks like with grass. It's pretty hard to see stuff. If I turn grass off, look how much better it becomes. I can see everything so much better. There's flowers, there's mushrooms. There's no mushrooms nearby, but you'll be able to see them a lot easier. Because you have this higher FOV too, you'll be able to see monsters from far away and they won't be able to sneak up as easily on you. My next tip, I'm going to say right now, if you do not feel like you can do this, do not do this. I repeat, do not. This can end your game. It is very risky. Tip number 3 is if you have a wooden pickaxe, just do this fight if you can. If you find one quickly. Because pickaxes do a lot of damage. Look, I'm doing quite a bit. Once again, I'm telling you, if you do not think you can do this, do not try. Because this guy will end your career quickly. The reason this works is because there is now one-shot protection on easy and normal. So Big Chunk cannot one-shot you. So you could use this and... it is very hard to do though, because he does loads of damage. Yep, and see, I didn't prepare well enough. I didn't really have red mushrooms. Don't try this unless you really feel like you can. The reason that might work is that if you're able to pull it off and you're on an easier game mode, I was on normal right there. If you can pull it off and win, and you get chunky armor day 1, it is just insanely overpowered. It happened to me in one of the games a while ago. I absolutely destroyed everything because they couldn't do any damage because I had a full set of chunky armor by day 2. It was really overpowered. But once again, that tip, don't do it if you don't feel like you can. That is a very important thing. Do not do it unless you think you can. Okay, similar to my last tip about fighting Big Chunk early on, if you feel like you have these wooden tools and you feel like you can, start this fight, try to do it. If you get wolves, that's really unlucky because wolves are probably the hardest. They do a lot of damage, but if you can take it on, definitely do it because it will give you loads of money and it'll give you power-ups, and these power-ups early on are just so overpowered. So, especially if you get a legendary one from this. Okay, let's see. It's gonna explode. Yeah, we got Bulldozer. This is a great early game weapon. Knockback is really nice. So, if you can early on, I was able to do that without taking much of a scratch. Do that. And of course, with the coins I got, I can open this, and we got dumbbell. More strength. We're stronger now. I haven't even been playing for 7 or 8 minutes, and I have 2 power-ups, and I'm about to get more. Keep in mind, the pickaxe is stronger than the axe, and plus some enemies are affected more by the pickaxe, such as Big Chunk, which is why I use the pickaxe in that fight, and the rock golems, they take more damage to pickaxe, so definitely always be using the pickaxe. Also, make sure you're grabbing these free chests, because they are very, very good. And look at that, I have Berserk early on. This is overpowered. The lower the HP, the more damage, and early on you can get pretty low, so that is just insane. The night just started and I have over a row of power-ups. That works really well. Speaking of money, my next tip would be do not wait to spend money because on day 3, it's either day 3 or day 4, things are going to start costing more money, and when that happens, you can start losing money much faster. Do not wait to spend your money. Do it as soon as possible. Make your crafting area be with a lot of chests nearby, just so you can keep spending your money, and you don't ever lose. You lose as minimal as possible when the prices inflate. Okay, it's the next day, and I'm actually going to start working on getting through the progression. Okay, here's a neat trick when it comes to smelting things. If you put your iron in there and you put 1 coal in, something important you should know is wood burns 1 thing, coal will burn 2 things. But if you pick up the coal after it's done smelting 1 thing, you can put it back and look, it's smelting again. I'll put it down and I'll let you see that it takes exactly, it'll smelt 2 things if I don't pick it up and put it back down before it breaks. And there you have it. It is broken now. I'm actually not gonna do this right now because I want to work on this pillar, but that is, if you have time, you can do that. Look at that. I have a sniper scope day 2. I can now do so much damage. I can do over 1,000 with just a wooden pickaxe. This strategy is so overpowered. Yes, I got them Danny's milk. Okay, so I'm a bit behind because I could not find iron and birch trees for the life of me. But I now have my steel tools on day 2, so I just need mithril and fur. And I'm just preparing for night 6 when the boss spawns. So one of the tips I do want to talk about is time management. Time management is very, very important. I didn't do it that well, but you should always be working on something. Either smelting stuff, breaking stuff, doing the coal trick, looting chests, doing those pillars. You should always be working on something, and because time is your most valuable resource in this game. As soon as it's nighttime, well, you better hope that you prepared well enough. So you need to be on time for everything. So it's night 4 and I have full adamantite tools and armor. So I am, rather than waiting for the boss to spawn naturally, I'm just gonna go find a totem for it. Yes, this was the guy I was looking for. This is Gronk. He's the new boss. Oh, my game. Okay, there. I thought my game crashed. Okay, so this is who I was looking for because okay, there we go. Because I have tips specifically for this guy. Come over here. Yes, my tip for this guy is you need to stay behind him at all times unless he's doing like one of those other attacks. So stay behind. He'll hit you way less if you're behind. Okay, and then when he does this, you're gonna want to step back and jump. Then afterwards, he's gonna throw his swords. Never mind. So yeah, if you stay behind, you'll take very little damage. Will you guys? Okay. For those attacks, you're just gonna want to stay to the left and to the right. Oh crap! Stop. Okay, jumping actually isn't helpful because you go slower, and I'm just gonna finish you off. Wow! Oh, I got the blade. Okay, no, I thought I got the actual weapon. And of course, you get this thing, an item whenever you kill them. One more tip I do want to say for bosses is fight them away from your crafting stations. You don't want a boss to come in and literally grief all those things you place down because it'll mess up your furnaces. You just don't want it to. Ooh, yeah. Just don't want it to happen. It's not good. And so guys, that is all the tips I have in this video. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new around here, subscribe. With this setup, I'll be able to survive for a very long time, though I'm not going to, so I'm just gonna leave. But if you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, and if you find these helpful, subscribe. Bye.